Napoleon Bonaparte had had enough of revolution, and according to Napoleon, the U.S. President, Thomas Jefferson, shared his view.
The prospect of a Black Republic is equally disturbing to the Spanish, the English, and the Americans. Jefferson has promised that at the instant the French army has arrived, all measures will be taken to starve Toussaint. Rid us of these gilded Negroes, and we will have nothing more to wish for.
Toussaint tried urgently to show Napoleon that military logic, if nothing else, proved the merit of Black ambitions.
Toussaint was writing Napoleon. He wanted so much to be recognized as saving this land for France.
His efforts failed. In 1802, Toussaint was stunned to see the largest French expeditionary force ever assembled entering Saint-Domingue's harbor. Its mission was simple. Napoleon wanted to turn back the clock.
My decision to destroy the authority of the Blacks in Saint-Domingue is not so much based on consideration of commerce and money, as on the need to block forever the march of the Blacks in the world.
Toussaint Louverture fought the invading French army for 3 grueling months, but the island's Black population, now disenchanted with his leadership, offered lackluster support. On May 6, 1802, Toussaint Louverture surrendered. At first, he was allowed to retire from the army with full honors. But a month later, he was called to a meeting with the French commander.
If I wanted to count all the services that I have rendered to the French government, I will need several volumes, and still I wouldn't finish it all.
Arrêtez-le.
Toussaint was arrested on charges of conspiracy.
He wrote some stuff that's very eloquent, saying, I rather suspect that it's because of my color that you're treating me like a common criminal, although I prefer not to believe this.
And to compensate me for all the services, they arrested me arbitrarily in Saint-Domingue. They choked me and dragged me like a criminal without any decorum or concern for my rank. Is that the recompense due my work?
Normally, a mutinous French officer would have been brought before a military tribunal, so he comports himself as if he's going to have a military trial.
Toussaint's sons had been educated in France. They had even met Napoleon. Hoping again that Napoleon would understand his thinking, Toussaint peacefully boarded a ship for France. Saint-Domingue remained mostly calm in Toussaint's wake. Jean-Jacques Dessalines and the other Black officers continued cooperating with French General Victor Leclerc. But then, news arrived from the nearby colony of Guadeloupe. Napoleon had reinstated slavery.
Leclerc reported that he had Dessalines in his pocket and controlled him and had mastered his spirit. Well, he was extremely wrong about that.
Saint-Domingue erupted in anger and fear. Dessalines quickly broke from France. One more time, the former slaves of Saint-Domingue took to the field against European armies.
Dessalines is a no-holds-barred, no-compromising leader and figure who is going to eradicate anything that stands in the way of what the people have been mobilizing towards.
That's generally reported that Dessalines killed all the white people, a massacre of all the white people, race war. No, not really. There's one report by a survivor who managed to get out to escape by masquerading as an American, because Dessalines was not killing Americans or English, just French.
One fleeing white, Pierre Chazot, paused on a mountaintop to observe the devastation.
No less than 10 square leagues of country, burning like volcanoes. The rapidity of the conflagration was such as to make the beholder believe that large and thick trains of gunpowder had previously been laid down.
The war becomes this extreme scorched earth kind of campaign in which Dessalines and others burn the towns in order to basically leave the French with no choice but to depart.
Dessalines' scorched earth tactics worked. In 1803, the French army was finally driven out. 50,000 French soldiers had died. And Saint-Domingue, Haiti, became the world's first Black Republic.
This is a powerful story. It wasn't just an anti-colonial revolution, but it was also an anti-slavery revolution in that it said your economy and your privilege, which is based on forced labor, cannot stand, it will not stand. It's a message that translates through time.
Independence is the strongest feeling of human being.
I think we all, in some ways, have inherited something from this revolution, because it's really the first place that people insisted absolutely that human rights were for all people.
It's something that everybody should know about it, to know exactly what our species, not black people, but our species can realize.
But Toussaint Louverture never lived to see victory. By the time Haiti attained the goal he fought so hard to achieve, the imprisoned revolutionary had died in a freezing cell in the mountains of France. "And overthrowing me," Louverture wrote as he left for France, "you have only cut down the trunk of the liberty tree of the blacks in Saint-Domingue. It will spring back from the roots, for they are numerous and deep."